now we'll hear from Justin Norris.
Good afternoon. I want to take you on a quick journey of my experience in nursing school. Rewinding to 18 months ago, many of us were sitting in the same auditorium for orientation. I'll be honest, I was scared to death. By the end of the orientation day, I was so overwhelmed I had no clue of what I needed to do. Well, luckily, there was Miss Kennedy and Miss James. They were very kind. They were easy to talk with and kept us all on track in lecture. Miss Bolin was my first clinical instructor. Let me remind you, I have never stepped foot into a hospital room to provide care prior to my first clinical day. I remember my first intramuscular injection with Miss Bolin. 1 milliliter was supposed to be in the vial, and there was only about 9/10 of a milliliter in the vial. So I told her. She immediately looked over at me, slapped me on my arm, and said, "Go home and practice." Ms. Bolin, I have reflected back on your teaching many times to help answer questions I have come across. Thank you for your foundation you helped me build in nursing. Later on, I had the great opportunity to work with Ms. Thomas in the clinical setting during my second and third semester. My fear of working with patients was easing as I was learning quite a bit. If nothing else, I improved on my spelling. I documented one day that my patient was lightheaded. In our post-conference, Ms. Thomas very politely let me know that all of my documentation looked great with the exception of my spelling of lightheaded. I spelled it L-I-T-E-H-E-A-D-E-D. And she let me know that I wasn't talking about the Miller Lite. Ms. Thomas, your professionalism and the impact you made on me as a student nurse will not be forgotten. I can't forget my experience in mental health and family-centered nursing. Mental health and family-centered nursing. Ms. Madsen, Ms. Daniels, and Ms. Jackson, each of you made an impact on me. You helped me to realize I do not want to work in any of the specialized areas. Mr. Muha, I didn't forget you. Although I'm under a lot of peer pressure right now, I'm giving you a break from making fun of any of your drug pronunciations. So finally, we started our 5th semester. The first day of the semester started on a bad note. I failed my first math test because I decided to make up my own problem instead of using the one Miss Waters provided for me on the test. I do somewhat blame Miss Talbot for giving me bad luck that day. Miss Talbot told the class that she had seen me a day or two prior and asked if I was ready to start her class. I responded with, "I'm ready to get it over with." Miss Talbot smiled, said, "See you soon," and walked on. The first day of class, she was explaining how difficult the course was and told the story of seeing me. She said something like, "Well, I am sure he is ready to get it over with, but I just hope he can make it." So, that's the same day I failed my math test. However, it got better for me. I'm here. Miss Waters, thanks for providing us with breaks of humor during your lecture. I also hope everyone finally got their flu shot. Like you said in class, if we turned in a copy of someone else's flu vaccination card, it would be horrible for us to pass your class and boards and then die from the flu. Miss Hazard, I hope everyone's black folder is finally up to date. Wow, it seems like those 18 months have went by just that fast. Now for a few special thank yous. Thanks to the Barnes & Noble staff for dealing with Cindy, myself, and other study partners as we studied, talked loudly, and constantly rearranged your furniture to suit our needs. I could write a book about the discussions we had, from talking about our family and friends to getting cussed out by a total stranger as Cindy began to read my fortune with her newly purchased set of tarot cards. My fellow Student Nursing Association members, you rock. You have made an impact in our community, and I hope you all decide to remain active in your respective professional organizations and have a positive voice in the future of nursing practice. Finally, we have made it through this program together, through many ups and downs. Sometimes it seemed like more downs than ups. No one other than a fellow nursing student understands what we've been through to get to this point. This achievement would not have been possible without the support of our family and friends who are present today. Thanks to my class for voting for me to speak today. It's quite an honor. I wish you all the best in your nursing careers. Thank you. The Student Nurses Association is a student-led organization that helps student nurses obtain leadership skills, grow professionally, and prepare for their future. On behalf of my fellow members of the Student Nurses Association, I would like to take a moment to recognize Ms. Lori Jackson for her hard work and dedication to the SNA. Although the SNA is a student-led organization, it is necessary to have a faculty advisor to keep us on track. Ms. Jackson has gone above and beyond to ensure students were able to represent North Georgetown Technical College at both state and national SNA conventions this year for minimal cost to the student. Not only has Ms. Jackson seen that our voice was heard at these conventions, she has supported our organization in any way possible to see that what we needed was available to promote North Georgetown Technical College Nursing Department and gain valuable learning experiences. As a student, it's very meaningful to have someone so committed to our education outside of the classroom and clinical setting. Ms. Jackson, would you please come forward and to accept a small token of appreciation from the graduating bachelor and